Isle, Dan here with your end of year Christmas club ramblings. Going to cover a little bit of what's going on now, look back at what's happened in the year behind us, and look ahead to next year. So let's start off quickly with there are still bottles arriving, still club bottles and Lucky Dip bottles arrive today, and hopeful that the remainder will arrive tomorrow. They're still coming through despite the strikes, so real shout out to the posties that have this month pulled it out the bag even though they've been on strike, so that is fantastic. Because of that, I asked that you wait until tomorrow, Christmas Eve, to share your first Summerton Whisky Club shots, the competition pictures and information about this bottle. Thank you for those who've been keeping it so secret, for those who haven't received theirs yet. But yeah, from tomorrow, go to town. And for this, we've agreed with the distillery, with the brand that we've got for December Club bottle, that we will be sharing one of their bottles as the prize, as the first prize. Its retail is £120, so very worth entering. But learning from this month, we also have 3 second place prizes of 2 tour tickets each, because this month was just last month was just so many good images. It was a shame to pick one. Congratulations to Sean, who did win the vote, neck and neck with Miles. There were so many good ones in there. Simon, you started it off with a bang, and you may seeing that, I was like, oh wow, that's a high bar to reach. So thank you everyone. I can't name you all, there was just so many great pictures. Also learned I'm going to do a smaller shortlist next time to make it a little bit easier on the vote. But yeah, thank you for everyone who entered, everyone who voted, and please get cracking and entering from tomorrow. It's actually a really important part of the club, because it's one of the things that brands really like, seeing those images shared, and it gets them more interested in working with us. So there's a dual thing of, one, you might win whiskey, and 2, you're helping your club. So thank you for everyone who does. The Lucky Dip, those the free shipping codes, as I said, that I would give out prizes to the 10 most used codes, that we've now sorted. I've got the 10, and I'll be sending the prizes after Christmas, just because it was not worth it putting more strain on the posties, as they're doing a sterling job at their busiest time of the year. We do actually have some bottles left from the Lucky Dip, not loads, but what we're going to do is put another little Lucky Dip together for us early next year, for those who missed out, those who want an extra bottle. Because there's not many and they won't last long, it'll be members only as well. So we'll get that sorted in the new year for everyone. And then, so that's what's going on at the moment. Looking back, we've had quite a good journey, I think. I hope you agree with the whiskies we went through. We started off youthful and seeing what youth tastes like. We're from the Cotswolds, younger distillery, one to look forward to for the future. Then we went into grain with the 15-year-old Gervan, those casks I bought years ago and put into port pipes. That was a delicious whiskey, unique, showing what grain can be and what grain can do. It's a very versatile whiskey, but is, you could say, unfashionable. It's considered cheaper and used in blends, but when treated with love and care, it can create a great whiskey. And then we followed that up with the Wolfburn, and more of a traditional Scotch that, for me, the way I described it, was an elegant flavour with just a waft of smoke added to it. I hadn't tasted anything like that before, so that's why I really wanted to share that one. Then we went into European with the Macmira, our very first ever IB independent bottle, our own branded one, completely our own branded. Whilst with the Whiskey Baron I bought the casks and decided what to do with them, that was a collaboration. This was completely us, and that's a big first for us. It gives us another way to make sure we have access to the best whiskey we possibly can to share. The next best choice was not very good, so having that now really does open up other avenues. It's something that will come back next year, because it was the most cost-effective way to get the best whiskey we could again, you know, for the pricing we have to pay. So it's good to have that now as an option. It's not what I want to do every month, but when it means it's the best whiskey we can get, we will do. We went then into our first ever bourbon from Americana. That sorry, that was a really, I really like that. That's where I come from. That's my whiskey journey, started there and came over into the single malts and the scotches. So I was really happy to share that. It's the first bourbon I thought that's good enough for us. Yeah, that was a nice first. And then we finished off with another style. I won't share that yet because I'm recording this before the Christmas Eve lifting of the embargo, sharing what it is. But it's a style that we first looked at a couple of years ago, so it's the next step in that journey. And if it's something you like, it's a style to go and explore further. And we can talk about what other options there are in that space. Then what else happened this year? Big one for me was we got back to our festival home in St Albans. I got to meet you in person again. I really appreciated everyone who made the effort to come down. I know it wasn't possible for all, something I'll come back to for next year's plans. John joined us as well in the middle of the year. He's been working hard on automation for us. It's saving us, because a lot of our processes are very manual, and as we've grown, have become really time consuming. So he's helping streamline that, which will give us more time to do other things, including my plan for next year. Once again, come back to that. We had our first lucky dip, something I've been wanting to do for a while. Finally got a brand to agree to do it. So that I'm really happy with, because that's for me is key. It's trying to, whilst every price is going up around us, trying to be able to still offer you good value, so you don't have to worry about that. Yes, you buy other bits, yeah, that's fine, but giving you some options to deal with that, it's very important to me. And one of the things I'm most happy about is our active community has grown, and there's a number of members that are quite happy just to receive the bottle, and I respect that completely. But the number of members that have been interacting, engaging, joining the Facebook group, the Discord community, has just grown this year, and that is fantastic. You know, we're a community, we're a club, and it's nice to see how everyone shares their experiences, their knowledge, no matter where they are on the journey. From the visual tasting notes that we saw yesterday that came out, I love them, to sharing again yesterday, Nick in Egypt, the whiskey he's got is all-inclusive. It's just sharing what's going on. We're all at different parts of our journey, but we're all still learning. You never know it all, and that's what's so great about our community. It's a safe space to chat. It's the only reason I'm on Facebook, pretty much, is our community home there. I don't even really look at doing adverts on there anymore. I just go into our group. As those who are also following just the standard page see, I really don't post that much on there. I'm there for our group, which does make me think in the future, if that keeps on going in that direction, we might have to either move all to Discord or find something else. But at the moment, it's really great how everyone interacts and shares, so thank you for that. But now looking to next year, I keep on alluding to different bits. The big one is, we're not going to have our festival in St Albans next year. I really appreciated everyone making the effort to come to me. So what I'm going to do next year is I'm going to try and come to you. We're going to have Summerton on tour. I will arrange meetups for everyone who lives in an area, either a distillery visit, maybe there's a local whiskey bar for us to all go to. Trying to see if a couple of festivals would be interested in us going as a group, seeing if I can get some deals for us. And the idea is I come to you and we go and have some whiskey fun together somewhere else, really. Yeah, bring the community to you, and I'll go around the country. I know I can't get to everyone. Miles, you're pretty hard to get to in the Outer Hebrides, but yeah, well, I will do my best looking at Northern Ireland, Wales, the southwest. Won't be able to do all of them in a year, but I do want to start moving around and coming and saying hello. So that's what I'll be working on. I'm trying to get some dates down in the next couple of weeks, so you can plan ahead. The idea is starting in March. We'll put a few dates in March together, maybe beginning of April. and see where we go from there. Trying to get everyone together where they live and get you to meet your local Summerton members, your local whisky drinkers as well, so you can share your whisky with local fans too. What else we're doing? Also acknowledging the fact that we live everywhere and we are quite diverse, and want to put on some online events. Working on this idea of a tasting session, a virtual tasting session, where we all get to enjoy a couple of drams from two free distilleries of an evening. We get to learn about them. We get someone to share their knowledge. We ask questions. A little bit like a mini festival, bit smaller, not as many of the rest of the activities, but just a little deep dive into some whisky and getting to know it. Trying to get the brands involved. Had hoped to run one this year, but getting brands involved is a nightmare sometimes. But this is my plan. Hopefully I can get it going. Same with the virtual festival. I'm going working on it again. I'm going to try my best to get it going. Got one big opportunity, push to get it going. It's kind of an all or nothing. If we can't get that working, there isn't really a backup, but I am trying my best because I really like it, and that would be November is when we do it. So that's the aim, because it's another way of bringing everyone together, understanding that we live across the UK and in Europe still. We still have some European members, and I want them to be part of what we do. So working on it, can't guarantee, but that's what I'm working on in the background. Away from events, I'm carry on trying to see if we can get some unique bottles into the shop. Different price points. I know we had more premium with the Australian, just the cost that they are. Small scale, halfway around the world, but small scale producers. But trying to get some more different things that you can't get anywhere else. It's probably going to happen later in the year, but I've been working on it for a while, and I'm hopeful that will come to fruition. Working on another Lucky Dip too. Going back to that value thing, it's important to me, so if I can get another brand involved, I will. I'm working on one at the moment. 50-50. They'll do it, but at the same time McMira was more like 20-80. I really didn't think I'd get McMira, and I've been working on for ages, but finally did. So persistence seems to work, and I will try. I've got a cask as well, so I bought a while ago, and it's coming to about age. It's starting to taste pretty good. So at some point in the future, we will have a single cask release. I'm not sure if we can do it yet. We're not quite big enough to sell that much of it, and so it just sits on the shelves, and it's quite a cash flow hole. But it's there. We've got it. So at some point we will have that. What else is ahead of us? Most importantly, 6 great bottles. Proper whisky journey. I've already arranged 4. I know what they are. I've got a 5th. I'm working with a distillery at the moment that should be putting a proposal together. That's for later in the year. And it's just a 6th, which is next Christmas. I haven't finalised yet. I've got to be truthful that many years I get us this far ahead, and then it all falls apart. But I'm reasonably confident with these brands that they will do as they've said. So it's a good journey. Variation, a bit of Scotch, a bit of from the rest of the world. We've got something in there that you'll never have tasted before. It's at least 2 parts of what they do no one else does, and I'm really excited for. So yeah, we've got a good journey ahead of us, and that also means that I don't need to worry about putting up the prices, because I've already got everything kind of planned. So yeah, that will hopefully keep in place for next year. Everything else is going up in price. We're not. I'm going to do my best to keep that true for as long as possible, because it's just not fair at the moment the way things are going up. Anyway, let's leave that behind, because most importantly, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This is a time to relax, spend some time with friends, with family, with loved ones, share a dram. Obviously we're only over 18s, but yeah, sit down and take stock of the year and share. So I hope you have a really, really good next few days. You eat too much, drink well. Yeah, drink good stuff when you drink, and share. So yeah, I hope all's well. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey this year, last year, and next year, and going forward. It means a lot. Without you, none of this works. It's a community, it's a club. Otherwise it's just me getting drunk, which was fun as a as a kid, or student, but no, this means a lot to me. So thank you for being part of it and taking the time and choosing to trust me, really, with a lot of money, in my opinion, to pick whiskies for you. I really appreciate it. So thank you. Keep sharing good whiskey with friends and family and all the people you love.